5 top habits every successful solopreneur should have. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths and I am very proudly a solopreneur. I love working for myself and managing my own time without having to manage a team. And the great thing about the world we live in right now is that you can outsource the things that you don't love and focus on the things that you do love, and you don't have to hire a big team to do it. You have the benefit of tech and AI, but also the wonders of being able to tap into an amazing pool of people, of resources around the world who can help you. While at the same time, you can work from the comfort of your own home without having to have big fixed costs of staff or the hassle of offices and all of those things. So this video is about being proudly a solopreneur, but also some of the struggles you can have as a solopreneur. And I think one of the big things is it can be really lonely. It's lonely to work from home and it's hard to juggle everything. And while I outsource a lot, there's also things that I do that maybe in the beginning took me out of my comfort zone. Like, I wasn't naturally someone who enjoyed kind of understanding financial forecasts or talking to the accountants or all of those things. And I had to learn those processes in being a solopreneur. And I'm not somebody who does my own books. I have an accountant, and I definitely recommend that you play to your strengths. So whatever your strengths are, whether it's marketing or finance or whatever it is, you play to those strengths and outsource the bits that you struggle with. Yes, we have to extend ourselves and stretch and grow, and that is part of the journey. But you also want to make sure you have a team of A players to help you be the best you can be in your business. So let's go through these 5 habits that can really help you. So the first one is very much to do with the loneliness of being a solopreneur. And because it is lonely, it is isolating, to make sure that you have a network of people. So I'm going to a networking event next week, and even though I'm an introvert, I love going to meet people and see people and connect with people. And that's where you make friendships. That's where you can really build those connections that can last. And I will go with someone who was a former client, and we've become good friends. So that definitely is one of the ways that I build those connections and friendships. And I would heartily recommend that as a way to extend your reach and also extend and really crystallize those relationships. Because while the online world, while the social media landscape is a great way to reach thousands of people, it doesn't cement those friendships and it doesn't really make a connection. So you want that in-person connection as well. And that's where having events, going to events, is really powerful. So if you can go to some events locally, or maybe it's kind of in your industry, that can really help you. And also it removes the isolation because you find your tribe of people who you connect with and understand you. As a solopreneur, it's really important to have focused work time because it's so easy to get distracted by the laundry or tidying up the kitchen or whatever it may be. I just had the build around, and I found myself, rather than filming YouTube videos, which I planned to do, was like, oh well, I'll just sort out and fold the laundry and I'll do all these things because I was kind of waiting for him to go. And those windows of time are really precious to us. And even though I blocked out my calendar to say I'm filming today, I still had distractions coming in that if I was in an office, I wouldn't have those distractions. So guard your time preciously and think, how can I make sure that this doesn't happen? And, make sure that those little that scope creep doesn't happen. So, think about ways, what is the most effective way for you to do that? I block out my calendar. I will, make sure that my phone is on focus so I'm not disturbed, but there's still scope creep. So think about those and best ways that you can do that without things impacting on your precious time, and guard that wisely. within managing my time, I will make sure that I have buckets of time for doing different tasks. So within my week, I don't work that many hours because I'm doing a school run, I go for a run. So I basically say my working day is from 10:30 till 2:30, and I don't work Fridays. So my time is limited. And so in those buckets of time, I block out certain things for certain activities. So whether it's me planning out, oh, this is what's going to be in the membership content, or planning out YouTube content, or creating emails or YouTube content, all of those activities are slightly different. And so they require a different part of your brain. So if I were to try and, jump between all those activities, it wouldn't serve me. It would mean that my brain was kind of having to be logical and then creative and then do video, and it doesn't work. So I find I carve out that time. So for example, today I'm filming YouTube videos. So I've been to the hairdresser, I got my hair done, did my makeup, got myself all set up, and then I'm in filming zone. So it's a day where I'm not going to be disturbed, and I go for it, and I literally blitz through for the next few hours and film as many YouTube videos as possible. So I'm in the content creation bucket and I'm creating video. Tomorrow I will do something very drastically different. And I usually try to make sure when it's a kind of creative day where I'm going to feel afterwards, I'm going to feel quite exhausted, I make sure I've got a lighter day. But by knowing that I have certain days where it's content creation and certain days where I'm client facing, it enables me to plan my week. And I know that those particular days I'm not available. And so it means I'm not disturbed. Other people know not to disturb me, so I can get on, get stuff done, be really creative. And then it means I can be more focused on my clients on the days where it's like, right, this is my client day and we're going to go for it. Fourth on the list is outsource the things you don't love. And I've already touched on this, but as a solopreneur, we might feel like we need to do everything. You don't. You can outsource the things you don't like. So accounting isn't necessarily my bag. I'll outsource it. Some of the admin, client inquiries, or just some of the kind of logistics around creating YouTube videos or uploading and doing all of those, creating thumbnails, I will outsource that to my VA and make sure that I've got someone who's managing the scheduling, all of that stuff to enable me to just focus on being creative, focused on my clients, supporting them, and it gives you that much more freedom. So while I'm a solopreneur, I don't do everything. So I definitely outsource, but I don't have fixed costs of team members, office costs. I just pay on a need basis. And so I will, say, can you fulfill this task? And it's going to, I'll know that it's about a 3-hour task or whatever it may be. And I'm paying that person for 3 hours of work, rather than it being this kind of ongoing running costs where sometimes those costs can spiral. So it's really being aware of, right, what's my budget? How much can I afford to outsource? And then picking the tasks that are best going to serve you. You might spend 20 hours building an opt-in page, and somebody else who does that on a regular basis might spend 2 hours building it and finishing it. And so the 2 hours of paying them in the beginning might seem like, oh, I can't possibly afford that. But as you start growing in expertise and getting more clients, then suddenly you spending 20 hours doing something that's going to look half decent compared to 2 hours to hire someone who knows what they're doing is a really good saving and well worth it. But you want to make sure that it's the right person. I have definitely had experiences where the people that I've hired to do particular tasks haven't necessarily designed it, built it to the standard that I would like and expect. And so it's taken me, it's like you have to kiss a few frogs before you kiss your prince. And in the same way, you need to kiss a few virtual assistants, or you need to kiss a few whatever it may be, tech people or whoever, in order to find your people. And those people are sacred, and you want to keep that Rolodex of your people because they can really help you and support you. The final thing I want to say about being a solopreneur and habits is making sure that you have a really good, strong emotional well-being, resilience, focused time. And so for me, that means a daily run. So I will run about 8 kilometers every day, and I run every single morning. Once I've dropped my son at school, I go for a run. And that is not just my fitness, it is really about my mental health, keeping me on track. I always say it helps me stay sane. And, you know, we juggle a lot. Our brains are full of stuff. And so it's really important to have that outlet where you can kind of process things, think about things, be outside in nature. It's really, really important to have that time. And as a solopreneur, to carve that into your day. Alongside that, I will also do a meditation. And so meditation to me enables me to connect to like spirit. It enables me to feel better, but also it's where I'm most creative. It's where I get my best ideas. And so in the past, when I had a bigger team, and I used to have a much bigger team, I'd constantly be sort of second guessing and doubting myself. But because I use meditation and I connect with that inner self, I have really strong downloads of ideas and inspiration, and I know which way I'm going. I don't doubt myself and second guess myself. So it means that I don't need to have those like, oh, do I do this? Do I not do this conversation? Because I know I'm on the right path. And so if you can really get clarity around that and use meditation, use journaling to help you to get that clarity, it's also going to help you in business as well as just, you know, your spiritual, emotional well-being. You are going to feel more focused and connected. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a solopreneur, I'd love to get to know you more. Please, if you want to, you know, comment below, let me know if you're a solopreneur, how you run your business. And please, I'd love you to subscribe. Click on the link below to subscribe, and hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.